Greetings, dear ones. We're very pleased to have this time to speak with you today. We are the collective, and we are speaking today on the issue of self-love and inner peace. It is sometimes very trying for people to realize that they can be whole, that they can be an integrated, interwoven mix of elements, ideas, feelings, realizations, experiences, without there being clashes in that mix, without there being empty pockets of air, voids, portals through which you might receive energies or even entities that are not at all helpful for you. But those openings occur during times of trauma, during times of great loss, of shock. Doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. It means that you've been in a very rough earth life situation, such as the third dimensional earth life will give to a person, and your resources could not really stretch to what was needed inwardly or maybe outwardly to meet that particular situation. So there was a fracturing, there was a fraying of the fabric that is your spirit and your psyche. So let's work with that a little bit, asking your spirit team to join us right now, calling them forward. Come in, dear ones. Excellent. Namaste. You're going to work with us. We're looking first of all into your heart space. We're seeing maybe some shadowy areas. It's easy to close off sections of the heart because in this life or another, possibly during childhood or at other times, something was lost, something was taken from you, something was denied you that you badly needed. So we're working with those spaces right now. And we're pouring sort of fresh air and pure light, you might say, into those spaces that are a little darker, a little more shadowy, but disconnected from the rest of your energies. Maybe it's a heart space that doesn't feel like being a heart space. Just pouring a lot of light into that. Reassuring those aspects of your spirit and your psyche. You're not alone. You're absolutely always amongst friends and supportive presences. It's just that sometimes the effects of certain other situations, presences, feelings, realizations, shocks and trauma can seem to outrun the presence of the beautiful and fine and brilliant and love-based spirit team that you have, your guides, your higher self, your angelic guardians, even the power of your own soul, of co-creator aspect and creator God, goddess. It's not difficult at all to feel some days that certain parts of your spirit or your psyche have just been outrun by life, and you don't have the particular sort of strength or resources to deal with what's been handed to you. So then you face every situation in life with this feeling of loss, with impaired reasoning or integrating abilities. So we're working with that right now. We're bringing in new energies, higher fifth dimensional energies, calling on your soul family, calling on your soul, calling on all higher guides, light beings who are willing to assist in this. Namaste, dear ones. Calling in every bit of those resources that you have lost, bits of you scattered around the universe. Could be this or another galaxy or another quadrant, another area of the universe. Could be this realm or another dimension. In between dimensions, calling back all those aspects of yourself that have been lost, that have been sitting in shadow, areas where your strength has been diluted or sort of repressed, oppressed, shoved into a tiny little container. We're just breaking open those containers and we're reintegrating now all of your strengths. Just open up, just sort of, sit with palms up and just sort of receive right now. Asking your higher self in particular to speak with your subconscious so it knows that it's safe to allow in this light. This is not another example of someone who's trying to steal your energy for their own uses. This is very, very different. Good, we can sense people's hearts opening. We're sort of stepped out of time as we do this, so it doesn't matter when you hear this. When you see this video, you'll still benefit. And we extend it to anyone and everyone open and willing to receive these energies. Now, these are your own heart energies. These are your own soul presence energies. This is your own soul's light. So we're not bringing in anything foreign, not bringing in anything that isn't you. We're restoring you to your higher aspect. Can you come forward, please? Spirit guides who deal in heart opening and heart healing. Namaste at once. Members of the galactic family, of each person's soul family, would you come forward, please? Form a circle around this dear one. Send them light so that the fracturing is mended, the splitting off, the fraying of the fabric, all of it mended. Interweaving, wonderful. New light rays coming in. There's a beautiful rose-colored ray of healing that Divine Mother has brought in. Namaste, Mother. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Asking the Archangels in particular to surround you. Each has their own particular gift for humankind. So they're some gifting you in terms of communication, opening the heart chakra, some or the throat chakra. Some of them assisting you with the ability to love, so opening the heart chakra. Some of them assisting you with the ability to know your individual self and to take in higher wisdom and to take in that wisdom which is particularly yours. Now, you've traveled a great deal. You've learned a great deal in these lives, all these lives you've lived. If you are willing to no longer take on the lot of the suffering victim, we wish for you to say, yes, I release that now. In all directions of time, space, in all dimensions, in all forms of reality. This includes any portal, void, black hole, anything that the universe might present you with. You're releasing the victim role. You really have learned a great deal in your hundreds of earth lives, some of you more than that. You've learned a great deal from the suffering. You've gained a lot of wisdom. Now what we would like you to do is just image now gathering up all that beautiful gold dust wisdom and bring it into your heart space, bring it into the throat chakra so you can speak of it very clearly, bringing it into the third eye chakra so that it mixes with your own higher wisdom. And you're just gathering up that gold dust. Any dross, anything that isn't pure gold dust is just fading away. It's dissolving now. We're working on that with you. Gather up all that beautiful gold. If you want to bring it into every cell of your being, every molecule of your being, wonderful. You really don't need to suffer any longer, dear ones. So we want you as well to release the predator or the abuser role. You haven't always been sort of perfect and angelic in every earth life. Perhaps you felt that you had to be very tough, had to be almost even cruel with people at times. But you've got to release it all, dear ones. You've got to release the tendency both to give someone a hard time, to mistreat them, and the tendency to be the one who's mistreated. Release them both. Let them go. You've learned what you can. Willing to move on now to higher, more joyful pursuits. If you are willing to learn, as they say, through joy rather than through suffering, we want you to say, yes, I'm willing right now. Calling on your higher selves. Step right into your physical being, right into your energies, particularly into the heart space, into those parts of your thinking that are not yet illuminated by higher light. And we're asking our higher self, would you share and reintegrate all of the understanding, all of the wisdom that this dear one has desired to have? That is, it's almost as if it's eluding them. It's almost as if it's sort of hiding. As if one more rough go-round on the earth will show them what they need to learn. You know, you've already done that. You've already been through that. It's this ongoing circular, repetitive movement, and it's fruitless at this point. You've learned what you could from the third dimensional struggle paradigm. So just let go. Can you just release it now? Just sort of throw out your hands as if you were just getting rid of a very heavy burden. And put it out in the universe and watch it just dissolve as it spins off into space. It's just dissolving. You don't need that any longer. calling in your angelic guardians. Will you assist this dear one in leading them to the higher path of learning through joy and releasing all beliefs, ideas, tendencies, perspectives, and pseudo-objective paradigms wherein they feel that they have to suffer in order to progress. This is a very, very old idea and a very false one. And so the angels have given their consent. Wonderful. Thank you, dear ones. And we're asking you now to go through your day with a different feeling, a different perspective. Now you're expecting beautiful, joyful things to happen. Now you're expecting to meet people who are incredibly special, not frustrating or annoying. Now you're expecting abundance, not one more bill arriving in your email box, what have you. Now you're expecting to be fulfilled in your daily work, not just frustrated or aggravated by it. Now you're expecting to see the beauty of the world and not only its troubles. You see, you've stepped up, and as you do so, your transmission shifts from being someone who feels put upon, put down, overburdened, to being someone who is starting to exemplify the beauty and the freedom of the higher realms. So in this way, dear one, you're already stepping into fifth dimensional living. So self-love on many levels begins with being willing to release the victim role, the victim identification, and all it stands for. It's all right if you feel very much vindicated. Oh, I can absolutely give you the rationale for this. I really have suffered. Yes, we understand. But do you want to continue to suffer is what we would ask. Aren't you done with all of that? Aren't you a bit tired of it by now? Who is it serving? Anyone? So we see it's not serving you, dear ones. You're quite tired of it. So put it down and be the victor. Be the beautiful angelic light being that you are. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean you'll cease to grow. It means you're remembering who you really are. And from that springs this beautiful inner peace that reminds you of who you are and why you're here. So we'll continue flowing these energies to all open to receiving such and assisting you on your path. We are honored to assist in this in every way. And so we send much love, dear ones, and many blessings. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. This is Caroline Oceana Ryan, and that was the collective, a beautiful group of higher beings I channel. If you want to look further into their work, go to my website, carolineoceanaryan.com. I'll be doing more of these videos, so please do subscribe if you'd like. And, look into the Joyful Wellbeing series. That's what these videos are based on. These 4 Joyful Wellbeing videos I've done. It's there for you. You can purchase it, all of it, or just the section that you feel most challenged by or wish to feel more enlightened about and encouraged in. And many people have been saying they find it extremely helpful. So I send much love, as do the collective, and thrilled at your beautiful presence on the earth at this time. Namaste.